Everyone, thank you for watching this video. I'm going to talk about the much hyped Vikrant Rona in Canada. I watched it in Canada and in 3D in one of the best theaters with a decent Dolby Atmos sound, and we're going to talk about the experience, the plot, the narration, the pros and the cons, and eventually the rating. How is it? So I'm sure you know who Anup Bandari is. I mean, those who watch Kannada cinema might have heard his name here and there, but those who know and love Kannada cinema, they would definitely know who this guy is, because he captivated us with his beautiful work back in 2015 with the movie called Rangita Ranga, wherein he featured his own brother Niru Bandari as the protagonist, and it was an investigative thriller, which was the story, the backdrop of Kamaruttu, the coastal Karnataka, the Dakshina Kannada, as they say. The language is pretty smooth. I just love the dialect of Kannada when we see that. So all that was inspired by the 90s Kannada serial that featured in the Darshan, Guddada Bhuta, which was an instant hit back then, because it was different back then. It was shrouded in mystery, a mysterious haunted house, what's happening there, who's behind this, and that serial gave an instant hit to the very well known Prakash Raj, aka Prakash Rai, as we know it in Karnataka. So yeah, we all know that Anup Bandari took a cue from that and built a whole new storyline in 2015. It was beautiful for us. Even when Tollywood was celebrating Bahubali, Bangaloreans were flocking to the theatres to see what this mystery is all about. It was very new. Now you might be wondering why I'm talking about that. I'll tell you. So when I stepped into Vikrant Rona, I was expecting a new experience because I was disappointed with Anup Bandari's previous work, that is Raja Rata. It was a little disappointing considering the work that I had already seen in him before, but Raja Rata was a dud, both in terms of box office and critical acclaim. So I was a little, I was in two minds. Should I watch this on first day or not, because it's already disappointed me. And then I started watching Kicha Sudeep's interviews in multiple languages, and in one of the interviews he mentioned that he had not seen Rangita Ranga, but he had loved the work of Raja Rata. I was a little taken aback and surprised as to why he didn't watch it. When I saw Vikrant Rona, I realized why it was. Because for audience like us who have already loved, revered, worshipped something, a kind of a different storyline, Vikrant Rona was a repetition of Rangita Ranga, because it seemed like a similar template. The prologue, the beginning scene, it's raining and there's an attack. If you've already seen the Rangita Ranga, you would know this, and for a second you might even feel, is it Rangita Ranga 2 or is it Rangita Ranga prequel? There's a lot of similarities. Kamaruttu is the same, the coastal language is the same, the backdrop is the same. The Brahma Rakshasa, the fabled demon deity who is worshipped in those parts, and even in northern parts of Kerala. Of course, it's called in a different name as Theyyam, but in the Mangalore coastal side, it's called Bhutakola. So it's a ritualistic dance of a demon who is worshipped, and what happens if you don't worship and the ritual is stopped. So does it ring a bell? It does, right? So yeah, we're entering into the same world with a similar storyline. So this is a place shrouded in mystery. There's something happened back a few years ago, but which year? I was a little confused, because if you watch the movie, there's no mention of the year at all. But when you hear the dialogues or the narration, you would know that the petrol was costing around 6 rupees as per the movie. So, and I also had watched Kicha Sudeep's interviews, so I realized that they were talking about the 1960s, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, but does it justify the storyline? Is it even required for the 1960s? I don't think so. It didn't matter for me. Because the costume designs, yeah, they have attempted here and there. They have tried a lot, but it didn't work for me. I mean, it seemed a little neo-noir kind of a style for me. And Sudeep's entry also was a cliche, but of course it was a feast meant for his fans. It's definitely not for neutral audience. And the music again, the songs, why are we wasting our time on songs? It's a 147-minute movie and we're wasting around 15 to 20 minutes in songs. I mean, it's an investigative thriller. Why do we need to sit through this torture anymore? We have evolved as an Indian cinema. Do we need songs even now, which seem like a deviation? Can't we just go with the flow, go with the storyline? That didn't work for me. I'm sorry. So yeah, the kind of storyline it is, it's an investigative thriller, it's a revenge plot. I wouldn't want to divulge any more details of it. Is it linear or non-linear? It's definitely non-linear. And there are a lot of flash cuts, flashbacks, coming back, going forth, and there are a lot of questions raised. Eventually, does it answer? According to me, it doesn't. So how is the movie for a normal cinema lover, if you ask? It's a one-time watch, definitely. Is it mandatory to watch in 3D? Definitely not. If you have a good theater with a good sound system, even 2D should work. But why did I watch in 3D? Because, of course, there are a lot of screens out there with 3D, and I wanted to experience how it is when I watch it in 3D. And it definitely does justice, but it's not entirely mandatory, is what I would say. So, and Kicha Sudeep's character, was it completely convincing? Well, I'm a neutral audience. I'm not a fan, not a hater, but I would, for me, the detailing wasn't clear enough for me. I mean, there's of course, in the flashback, they try to cover most of it, but for me, it was more of a 2D character. I mean, two-dimensional. What is he? What was he before? Why is he come here? What is the reason for his unkept beard? Like, why? I mean, why? There were a lot of questions, and I even waited till the end, till the credits rolled, but there was no answer. Perhaps it was my fault that I expected more, and yeah. And as cliched and stereotyped as it is, why is Anup Bandari so obsessed with Kamarot 2 and the Brahma Rakshasa is beyond my imagination. Perhaps he likes that space, but as an audience, do I love it repeatedly? I don't think I would. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And as a movie lover, if you ask me the ratings on a rating of 1 to 5, I would definitely say this would be 3 out of 5, or maybe to be more generous, it could be 3.25 out of 5. And the verdict is, according to me, in my opinion, it's just an above average movie. It's not a beautiful movie that you can't miss it. It's not a bad movie that you need to avoid it. It's a one-time watch for sure. And for Kicha Sudeep fans, definitely a yes. Of course, his vocal cords work really well in this. His looks, it's decent enough. It's adequate at best for neutral fans. They seem captivating. And yeah, but the storyline, it's just another page from Rangita Ranga's last page, I guess. So yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you for watching, and please do subscribe, and please do comment if you like something or you don't like something, and we'll talk about it the next time. Thank you. Have a nice day.